There are campervans that repeat the same formula over and over again, but this small Australian campervan is so unique, it's turning heads worldwide. Meet the Avida Escape, an Australian campervan that fits a bathroom, a proper kitchen, dining space, and sleeping for four into a genuinely compact footprint. Instead of chasing bulk, it relies on clever packaging to feel much bigger than it looks. But how exactly do you accomplish such a feat without it feeling like a claustrophobic box on wheels? Let's take a look.
Motorhome luxury.
Starting with the chassis, the current Avida Escape typically sits in the $160,000 range, depending on dealer pricing and selected options, and it is built on the Fiat Ducato Series 2 platform. Power comes from a 2.2-liter four-cylinder turbo diesel producing 180 horsepower. In terms of size, it measures approximately 20 feet 10 inches in overall length, about 6 feet 11 inches in width, and roughly 9 feet in height with the roof air conditioner installed. Moving down the driver's side, this is where the Escape starts showing its practical side. This wall carries most of the service hardware, which makes sense because it keeps the main entry side cleaner. Here, you find the main utility access cluster, including the freshwater fill for the 80-liter tank, or about 21 gallons, the external shore power inlet, and the access hatch for the cassette toilet. The gray water system holds 100 liters, or about 26.4 gallons, with the drain point mounted down underneath where it belongs, rather than interrupting the body side. Keep working toward the back, and the rear doors tell you a lot about what kind of campervan this is. Instead of a decorative back end with almost no practical value, the Escape uses full swing-out barn doors that open up the rear of the vehicle properly. Up high at the rear, you also get the dual reverse camera setup, and that is another clue that this is not just about camping once you arrive. A van like this needs to be easy to place, easy to reverse, and easy to live with day after day if it is going to earn the kind of attention this one gets. Before moving around to the passenger side, look up at the roof, because the Escape packs a lot into it. You have a roof-mounted air conditioning unit, a roof vent, a television antenna setup, and a standard solar system rated at 250 watts with MPPT regulation. That last piece is worth noting because it tells you the van is not pretending everybody will live on hookups all the time. Now, come around to the passenger side, and this is the side most people are going to remember first because it is the social side of the van. Right behind the passenger cab door sits the filler for the fuel tank, and that tank holds about 23.8 gallons. Farther back is the big sliding side entry door, and directly below it sits the electric entry step, so getting in and out feels much easier than the van's ground clearance might suggest at first glance. Mounted up above, flush along the roofline, is the wind-out awning, and down low in this area you also get the external barbecue fitting. That is a really important detail for a van like this, because it extends the Escape outside in a way that helps the interior feel less pressured. On a compact camper van, anything that makes outdoor living easier automatically makes the entire layout feel bigger. So even before you step inside, the van already feels very deliberate, and that is exactly what you want from a compact campervan trying to do the job of something bigger. The question now is whether the inside keeps that same discipline, or whether this is where the illusion breaks. Let's step inside. Stepping inside through the passenger side sliding door, you are met immediately by the kitchen, and that is the right decision for a van like this because it makes the entry feel useful from the first second. The kitchen is integrated tightly into the doorway area, but it does not feel like a throwaway galley. You get a combination 2-burner LPG cooktop and stainless sink, both covered by glass lids to recover work surface when they are not in use, a microwave, soft close overhead cabinets, and one of the smartest little details in the whole layout, a 2-way drawer system that is accessible from both sides. It sounds minor now, but that one feature sums up the Escape's personality. This is a van obsessed with squeezing extra value out of every inch instead of simply adding bulk. Even the compressor fridge under the counter plays into that, because it gives you proper cold storage usefulness without taking over the whole aisle. Up front, the cab adds even more usefulness by functioning as a highly versatile secondary seating area. Both the driver and passenger cab seats easily spin around to integrate with the living area. This creates a true face-to-face dinette to sit together with your partner or kids, giving you a dedicated daytime seating and eating zone. This table is highly versatile. You can lift it off its interior mount, take it completely out of the van, fold down its leg, and lock it into the exterior of the vehicle for an instant outdoor dining setup. But if you think this is the only dinette, then there is something big waiting for you. Then, directly opposite on the driver's side is the bathroom, and this is one of the reasons the Escape stands out. On paper, A compact campervan claiming a proper shower, toilet, and vanity can sound like the point where the sales pitch gets optimistic. Here, though, Avida uses a two-piece swing-out bathroom design that lets the washroom open up properly when you need it, then tuck back neatly into the floor plan when you do not. You still get the cassette toilet, the vanity basin, shower provision, bathroom storage, a bathroom window, and a roof hatch with a fan. But the space is handled in a way that feels smart rather than forced. It is not pretending to be a giant rear ensuite. It is using a genuinely clever space-saving approach, and that is good packaging. Keep walking toward the rear, and this is the area that decides whether you fall for the Escape or not. The back of the van is given over to twin lounges with a central removable dining table. This is where the whole layout starts to make emotional sense rather than just technical sense. By day, it feels like a proper little lounge and dining room instead of a narrow corridor with a bed waiting to get in the way. The windows, the seating arrangement, and the open space across the center all help the rear feel more relaxed than you might expect in a van barely pushing 21 feet in overall length. And because there is storage under the rear lounge seating, it is not wasting that space either. Then there is the feature that really makes the Escape memorable: the electric drop-down bed above that rear lounge. At the push of a button, the double bed lowers from the ceiling, and that immediately explains why the rear can stay so open during the day. The bed itself measures about 4 feet 6 inches wide by 6 feet 3 inches long, so this is not some token kid-sized bunk pretending to be the main sleeping area. It is the centerpiece of the whole concept. And because the rear lounge can also act as twin single beds, the Escape can sleep up to 4 without forcing a permanent bed into the floor plan. Plenty of compact campervans can sleep 2. Far fewer can do 4 without making daytime living feel like a punishment. There is another layer to that rear area too, and it is easy to miss if you only focus on the bed. The Escape is also trying to make the van stay usable between sleep setups. That is why the table is removable. That is why the drawer system works from both sides. That is why the storage is spread intelligently through overhead cabinets, under-seat areas, wardrobe space, and smaller shelves instead of one big, awkward locker. Even the one-piece floor and the handle-free, soft-close cabinetry fit the same theme. Nothing is especially theatrical, but almost everything is aimed at making compact living feel smoother, quieter, and less fussy. One detail worth being careful with is seating. The seating setup is simple but important. Standard models come with 2 seatbelts, while an optional 4 seatbelt layout lets the Escape carry and sleep 4, which adds a lot to its appeal. Even as a 2-person tourer, that flexibility still matters, because the rear lounge can work as a social area, dining space, travel seating, or extra sleeping space without feeling wasted. You also get modern driving features like climate control, electric windows, a 10-inch touchscreen, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, wireless phone charging, and driver aids such as lane keeping assist, blind spot assist, emergency braking, and drowsiness detection. That mix of easy driving and clever layout is a big reason the Escape stands out so quickly. So, when you put the whole thing together, the Avida Escape's uniqueness is pretty easy to understand. It stays compact on the outside, but inside it gives you a smart kitchen, a usable bathroom, a rear lounge, and extra front dinette space through the swivel cab seats. Then the drop-down bed keeps that floor plan open until you actually need to sleep. That is why this one keeps turning heads. So, did the Avida Escape make you turn your head too? Let us know in the comments. Want to see a camper van that solves the space problem in a completely different way? If so, click on it and we will see you soon at a new luxury motorhome.